This week on The Splash, we keep the music playing in West Bloomfield. Then we get an inside look at municipal meetings. And later, a sense of calm at our local high school. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash.
Welcome to The Splash. Thank you for being with us. I'm Brooke Allen. West Bloomfield schools are known as some of the best in the state of Michigan, in part because of its strong embrace of the arts. For one group at West Bloomfield High School, continuing the tradition of excellent music programs is a hands-on activity. Reporter Tyler Kieft has the story.
At West Bloomfield High School, the choir recently invited the community out in support of a good night's sleep and the continuation of strong music programs right here in West Bloomfield. The West Bloomfield High School Choir sings their hearts out each and every year and has risen to become one of the many storied programs in our local school district. Recently, the choir held a special fundraiser, partnering with a local company to sell mattresses, a big effort that helps to support big programs that provide unique opportunities to West Bloomfield students.
We gave them the facilities to sell their mattresses, and we get $125 for every mattress sold, and the kids also get $25 into their account to go on a trip. We're planning a trip to Europe in 2020 for Beethoven's birthday and to sing in Vienna and Prague. So this gives us an opportunity of supporting the program and the kids individually.
Members of the choir have to think outside of the box to generate funds for these special programs, something that the choir students put a lot of pride and hard work into fulfilling.
We want, our kids to have experiences that will carry them through life memories. And so to do that, we need larger sums of money. And this gives us a bigger opportunity to earn those sums of money without taking away from the experience, because if you're working too hard making money, then you're not still singing and performing and doing all the things we do in our department. So they're taking personal responsibility for all the things it takes to have the experiences of a choir program.
But the choir's efforts are not without the generous support of the community. Support that not only provides, but motivates our students' success.
It's always great to see people, come outside, and it's great when they want to support you, and it's great to think, that somebody cares, that they're going to be putting money, towards us, and especially when we get fun opportunities like this to go to Europe, you don't get to see that opportunity every day. So it's really nice knowing that other people will, help you out with that and do that for you.
That without our community, we couldn't have these opportunities. And I live in West Bloomfield, and so does Drew, and so we really cherish our community, and we want to thank them for being supportive.
A strong support for community music programs, that is what dreams are made of. At West Bloomfield High School, I'm Tyler Kieft, reporting for The Splash.
That looked pretty comfortable. To find out more, you can visit civiccentertv.com/WBHS Choir. It takes a lot of time, effort, and expertise to run a municipal government, and meetings are a key element of week-to-week operations. In West Bloomfield, township officials, as well as our team here at Civic Center TV, are working together to make information about those meetings more accessible and easier to understand. Reporter Ryan Younglove has the details.
I'm here today at West Bloomfield Township Hall, where we discuss municipal meeting information and its availability to the public.
Agendas are important because they provide the public with foreknowledge, advanced knowledge of the items that will be considered by the Township Board at a regular meeting. If you're watching the meeting because you're concerned about an issue or all the issues at that day's meeting, you probably want to read in advance of what these items are. For example, let's say the Township is considering replacing an engine, a fire truck. Well, in the package you'll find the history of that truck, when it was purchased, how many times it's been serviced, how much was paid for that truck, and then the bidding process for purchasing a new truck. So this way, a resident in watching a meeting could determine for himself, is the board acting reasonably? Are they exercising their fiduciary duties? Have they done their due diligence? Otherwise, without having the packet or the information before him, the viewer has no way of knowing what the township board members considered in advance of the meeting.
For anybody interested in meeting agendas or meeting packets, this information is easily accessible and open to the public.
For a Monday meeting, most of our meetings are on Mondays at 6 p.m. The agendas are found online. There are several ways to find it, including through the clerk's office or through the website, which is westbloomfieldtownship.org, wbtownship.org. What the viewer will find, or what the resident will find, is not only the agenda showing the items that will be heard at the meeting, but also the agenda packet. So the specific information that the board members have in advance of the meeting, the viewer or listener can follow along. Agenda items are the packets or the materials which are available online. They'll actually be online forevermore, so to speak. And that way, 30 years from now, 20 years from now, it might be useful for the board and the public analyzing a new issue. How was it decided earlier in time? What did the board consider? What did the board mean when it reached a decision?
For more municipal meeting information, there will be a live show that takes place before every West Bloomfield Township Board meeting that discusses agenda items for that current meeting. You can watch this live on Civic Center TV, civiccentertv.com, and 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM. With this information available to the public, it helps everybody in the community better understand the information that is being discussed here in these municipal meetings in the greater West Bloomfield. This has been Ryan Younglove reporting for The Splash.
For more information, feel free to stop by our website at civiccentertv.com/meeting agendas. Coming up, we take a deep, calming breath with West Bloomfield High School students, and then a new episode of Sidewalk Talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Brooke Allen. As the first semester of the school year comes to a close, students study harder and undertake the pressures of final exams and perfecting their grades. And for one West Bloomfield High School club, the stresses of school can be worked out with a deep breath and a little introspection. Reporter Samana Sheikh has the story.
High school can be tough and, most importantly, very stressful. That's why West Bloomfield High School has created a new yoga club. Between standardized testing, honors classes, the social aspects of high school, and establishing their independence, high school students have a lot on their plate. The West Bloomfield High School Yoga Club provides students with an outlet to manage the stresses of school and social life and build effective coping strategies.
Oh, this is such an important time in shaping their lives, their future, their adult expectations, health. And it's a time of their life where they're formatting what they think they can and cannot do. And this practice is so empowering. It not only teaches them how to breathe deeply and relax, even when you're under tremendous stress, but to be accepting and forgiving of themselves, no matter how it turns out.
The Yoga Club's practices have helped West Bloomfield students learn strategies in calmness and an improved sense of self, which in turn has given them a greater sense of accomplishment and self-confidence.
Our instructor, Linda, who's amazing, she expresses and teaches us that sometimes that we shouldn't lose our way when we go out into the life of school and into the stresses of our life. And by not losing our way, we maintain our own personal beliefs. And personally, I think that maintaining what you stand for and who you are is just as important as practicing in the real life.
So I get so stressed out because I have AP classes and honors and just so much homework. And I know that like yoga always helped me because I've done yoga club since freshman year, and it's always made me relax. And even when I have homework, I feel so relaxed in here. It feels like a family. It feels nice.
Practicing yoga has provided the members of the yoga club with the unique ability to adjust to the common stresses of high school, and the results have been exceptional.
That are so stressed out. It gives them a break from all that pressure. And then we get students that maybe somehow feel they're different than the general population, and they deal with that stress. In yoga, we honor our differences rather than expecting each other to be the same. So it's a way that wherever you come from, you find the freedom you're looking for.
Yoga for me really gives me a time, and it's my own time. So when I come into this classroom for an hour only once a week, it gives me a time to reflect, and it gives me a time to take a step back from those stresses. I think it's incredible, and if you have the opportunity to practice yoga, I would implore you to take a chance on yoga.
Yoga not only is a physical exercise, but a mental ease as well. From West Bloomfield High School, reporting for The Splash, this is Samana Sheikh.
For more information, you can visit civiccentertv.com/WBHS Yoga. And now it's time for Sidewalk Talk, where reporter Samana Sheikh asks the people of Greater West Bloomfield a very interesting question.
If I could go back in time, I would want to go back to elementary school rather than high school. What about you? What time period would you like to go back to?
I'd go through elementary school because applying what I know now, you know what I mean, growing up as a kid, I do everything totally different and be in a different place now than where I am now.
I would probably go back to my teen years just because those were some of the best summers that I've ever had.
So I would definitely go back to high school, and I would go back to high school because my earlier school was, I had traumatic events that have impacted me up to this day.
That's tough. The reason I say it's tough is because you can be a kid again, you have no worries, no responsibility, everything's free to you. But high school years, I'll probably live out them just to fix a couple mistakes that I made down the road and learn from them. Because of what I know now, it'll be a breeze.
Well, I'd rather go back to high school and knowing what I know now. That way I could do a few things differently. Date some of the girls that I didn't want to date, and then not date the girls that I did date. But
would you rather go back to high school and live out your teen years or go back to elementary school and be a kid again, and why?
I had a lot of fun in my teen years, so probably high school. I also got married my senior year, spring break of my senior year of high school, and I'm still married to my husband. So this has been 33 years now that I've been married to him. We eloped on spring break of our senior year in high school and went to Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains and got married. So
that's so sweet. How did your parents feel about that?
Oh, they weren't too happy.
If I could take the knowledge that I have now with me, then I would definitely go back to elementary school, and I would just be a born-again genius, and I would finish college before high school, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be a billionaire.
Oh, high school for sure. Less restrictions, being in control myself, yeah, for sure, high school.
And what was the craziest thing you ever did in high school?
Oh, I really can't talk about that.
No surprise, more great answers. Join us again for another episode of Sidewalk Talk.
I would go back to 1988 for sure. For more episodes of Sidewalk Talk on demand, visit civiccentertv.com/sidewalk talk. And now it's time for the Civic Center TV event update. We provide you with upcoming events around Greater West Bloomfield. And for more events coming up, visit civiccentertv.com/events. Delightful Yoga, Wednesdays now through December, 11 a.m. to noon at Spirit of Grace Church in West Bloomfield. Improve the strength of mind, body, and spirit with this fun introduction to yoga. This class is for beginners, experienced yogis, and every level in between. Improve your flexibility, muscle strength, endurance, and make some new friends. $7 per class or a monthly rate of $25. For more information, call 248-682-0770. The Share Support Group meets Tuesdays and Thursdays at the Henry Ford Maple Grove Center in West Bloomfield, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. Share concerns, have help and support from your peers, neighbors, and helpful experts. Address your needs, review ways to cope, and empower rather than enable your family members in the supportive adult group centered on adult addiction and recovery education, as well as family support. This group is offered only to those with 6 months or more of sobriety from alcohol and other drugs. For more information, call Lisa Kaplan at 248-661-6100. Let's Talk, an ESL discussion group, Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Anyone learning English or who wants to improve their skills is welcome during this English language discussion group. A tutor from the Oakland Literacy Council will facilitate the conversation and help all who attend become stronger with their English language skills. Feel free to drop in for all or part of the sessions. For more information, call 248-232-2290 or visit wblib.org. Pete the Cat Storytime, December 19th, 7 p.m. to 7:45 at the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Visit your favorite characters, grab a seat, and enjoy an interactive story time featuring books, crafts, and games all about Pete the Cat. At the end of each program, the character will arrive for a special meet and greet with the entire family. For more information, call the West Bloomfield Library Youth Programs Office at 248-232-2250 or visit wblib.org. The West Bloomfield High School Winter Choir Concert, December 20th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the West Bloomfield High School. Enjoy a night of great music from West Bloomfield's talented vocal music students. Divided by sections, United in Harmony is a concert apiece featuring students from all of West Bloomfield High School's choral departments. This is a free concert that is open to the entire community. For more information, call 248-865-6734 or visit wbsd.org. The Chaldean Cultural Center open hours, Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Chaldean Cultural Center and Shenandoah Country Club. Learn about the history, traditions, and culture of the Chaldean people. $5 for a self-guided tour or $10 for a guided tour. Schedule a tour and find more information at chaldeanculturalcenter.org. And that's this week's highlights. You can find more events online at civiccentertv.com/events and see everything going on in the Greater West Bloomfield area. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll speak with Kelly Woodley, property manager at the Orchard Mall.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything Greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back. We are joined by Kelly Woodley, property manager at the Orchard Mall. And Kelly, thank you for being with us. So the Orchard Mall, when I think of the Orchard Mall, I kind of think of like a downtown area only in a mall. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That's our goal. We would love to be known as the downtown of West Bloomfield.
So it's a pretty interesting place. It does have a different feel. So tell me why that is.
It does. It's different from many of the traditional malls that you see. It's one of the last in the nation of its kind, of its size, with an interior mall.
So how many stores are in the mall?
Currently we have about 25 stores, with the new ones that are coming in 2019. We'll have around 25 total.
Okay, so tell us about the new stores coming.
Well, we're very excited. We have 3 new stores coming in 2019. First will be Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is slated to open by January 1 to make sure to account for all those New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yes, sign me up.
Absolutely. So Planet Fitness is taking over the former Hiller's Kroger location at Orchard Mall. And again, they'll be open by January. 2 really wonderful operators, Brian and Laura Reef. They own about somewhere between 35 and 40 other Planet Fitness locations in Michigan and Ohio. So they definitely know what they're doing, and they'll be an excellent addition to Orchard Mall.
Okay, so Planet Fitness set to open by January 1st.
January 1st.
Okay.
Then we have True Martial Arts, which is coming. They're an existing business. They're currently in Farmington Hills on Northwestern and 14 Mile. And they do traditional martial arts classes for adults, for children, and then they also have after-school programs, summer camps, and different ways to enrich the youth in our community through martial arts and other different karate-style activities.
So when will they be there?
Oh, they will be there in January also. January is the goal, all going well with construction.
So a lot going on in January.
A lot in January. In February, we'll have Premier Pet Supply opening. And Premier is another really wonderful operator, family-owned business. They have 4 existing locations, Beverly Hills, Rochester Hills, Novi, and Livonia. So West Bloomfield will be their 5th location. The owners, Mike Palmer and Jeff Nagara, really wonderful operators who also like to give back to the community through different events and partnerships that way. So we're really looking forward to having them at Orchard Mall as well.
So you mentioned community, and I think that's one thing that's interesting about Orchard Mall is that it's community-driven, it seems.
It is. Community is huge to us. So gone are the days where you open a store and you sit back and wait for everyone to come in and make those sales. For us, it's about building relationships and supporting those local community organizations, nonprofits, those that make up our community. Those are the people that we want to think of us and to come back and shop in our stores. And the retailers in our mall do a wonderful job of making those connections and building those retailers. So when you come in, you're not going to like a big regional mall where you have to circle around and look for parking, and then you walk in and wonder where the store is and
check the directory, right?
Right. Can somebody help me? I mean, our parking is pretty easy. You walk in and you know, I'm going to go to this store, and the store owner there knows me by name, and they know what I'm looking for, and our retailers do a wonderful job of creating that experience.
So you do have some retailers who have been there for quite a while.
We do.
Who will be doing some renovations.
Yes. In addition,
that's pretty exciting.
Yes, we have lots of excitement. In addition to the new businesses coming in, a lot of our existing retailers are renovating and refreshening up their stores. And we just this year had Guys and Gals Boutique. They renovated, put a fresh coat of paint, new flooring, and they've been in Orchard Mall since 1989, so 29 years.
Wow.
Right. So it was time to freshen up their store, and they're really great about keeping their store up to date, keeping their fashions on trend, and that's just one of them. Eleganza Boutique relocated her store to the center court of the mall, and now she has a brand new, beautiful store. Toyology intends to do some renovations after the new year. They're a bit busy with the holiday season and getting those last-minute gifts in. Mathnasium, which is one of the best math tutoring centers in Michigan, they'll be relocating their store to the exterior of the mall. So that will also take place in January. big January for us.
January, big year.
So their store will now be on the exterior, and Slade's will be moving across the hall and expanding their store into the existing Mathnasium space.
So what's interesting is that these stores are relocating, but they're relocating somewhere else in the mall. They're not leaving the mall.
They're not leaving the mall.
And that's pretty important.
It's very important, and we're very grateful for that, and to have them and to have built those relationships with the businesses. And they want to be there too. They love this community. They love the different events that are happening. And they just love to be a part of that. So that's
and
nice.
One more store that is doing more than a freshen up.
More than a freshen up. So once Slade's moves across the hall to build her beautiful new showroom, Tapper's Diamonds and Fine Jewelry is going to have an expansion. They're expanding their showroom, and they're going to completely renovate and make a beautiful new jewelry store. Their store right now is beautiful, and they certainly are beautiful things, but by holiday of 2019, I think you'll see a brand new, beautiful store there.
Okay, so a lot going on. And then you mentioned events that happen, and we all know that a lot happens, fashion shows and food trucks, and 2019, what can we expect? What's the first event that is on the list?
Sure. The first event is in January. It's our Kids Comic-Con event that we do with, that we do now. Yeah, this past year was our first event with them, with this Comic-Con. It's with Metro Parent Magazine, and it's great. All your favorite superheroes are there, and the kids come in and get pictures and do dancing and, crafts and all kinds of fun stuff. So Comic-Con is in January. We're already planning the food truck rally again with West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. That was a really excellent event this past year. Brought out 5,000 people on a beautiful sunny day, and it was all to raise money for the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. So that's sort of what we like to do. We like to plan these fun events, but that also give back to our community.
Okay, thank you so much. Something to mark our calendars for.
Yeah.
And to get those New Year resolutions on the calendar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll see you at the mall.
Great.
Okay,
All right.
And we've been joined by Kelly Woodley, property manager at the Orchard Mall. And now it's time for a new episode of A Minute with Nature, where West Bloomfield Parks naturalist Lauren Azuri gives us the facts about winter.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm Lauren Azuri, your host, and the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Today we're talking about winter animals and what you might find out in our parks and out on the trails in the winter season. Winter is a great time to explore and look for animal tracks in the snow. When you're walking out in the woods or out in our trails in the winter, there are a lot more activity going on than people realize. Even though the animals might not be easy to see out in the winter because they're hunkered down hiding in the snow can actually be warmer than the outside air. So a lot of animals will hide within the snow. So squirrels, chipmunks, mice, all hide in the snow. And our fox, who is a winter active animal, will be out hunting for them. So look for their footprints and also for them tunneling and digging in the snow to find their prey, the mice, for the winter food. One of the winter active animals here is our white-tailed deer. Deers have a footprint that makes a heart shape, 2 toes, 1 on each side, and the point of the deer track points which way it's going. So if you're out wandering out and about and you don't see any animals, still look for clues to see where they might be going or where they've been. The state tree of Michigan is the white pine tree. So in the winter time, it's one of the only green things you might find outside, and it makes a great holiday tree as well. But to tell what the white pine is, you look for the needle bundles, and it has 5 needles in bundles for WHITE. Just a little trick to remember the state tree. And that's your Minute with Nature.
For more episodes of A Minute with Nature, visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. And now it's time for our final segment, which is Person of the Week, where we honor people in the community inspiring and providing toward others. And this week's recipient is Zachary Crawford, a West Bloomfield High School senior. As he entered his senior year, Zachary strived not only to become more involved in his school, but in his community as well. A member of the West Bloomfield High School marching band, Zachary became an ambassador for Greater West Bloomfield, representing the community at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. Zachary has strived to develop the skills he'll need to pursue his own dreams and apply what he learns to benefit all of us here at home. Zachary has interned with the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, where he has worked hand in hand with business leaders to help others in our community. Zachary is also a member of the Be the Change Club at West Bloomfield High School, where he works with his classmates to promote positive interaction and kindness at our local high school and beyond. Zachary Crawford is doing his part to make our community a more welcoming and friendly place, which is why he is our Person of the Week. And if you know someone who is making a positive difference, let us know and send an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate and acknowledge those making a difference in our community, and we appreciate your suggestions. That's all for this week's show. You can watch new episodes Mondays at 5:30 p.m. at Civic Center TV on Comcast 15, AT&T 99, and online in HD at civiccentertv.com. And follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Civic Center TV. And for more Metro Detroit news, you can listen to Greg Bowman and I weekdays from 2 to 7 p.m. on WWJ Newsradio 950. And for all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you for watching The Splash.